pot with you niggas. Ain't tryna blow up and pop with you niggas. Then had to act fake and take shots with you niggas. I'm a cop, a convertible coupe. You gon' see, give me time, I just gotta get bigger. Wake got 2 seats, it'll only be me, but my lonely ain't dropping the top with you niggas. DOLO, man, start calling my phone. Everybody would just leave me alone. Try to reach out, then I'm slapping your hand. Like your mama, ho, you watching your tone. I'm on D&D again. I don't want friends, I'm better off just on my own. So I'm on D&D again. I don't wanna talk, it's about time I got back in my zone. I guess I'ma be up on my lonely. Look, no one around is my brody. Look in their eyes and I see that they phony. I'll never get in my head. I get to this bed better off.
Good goddamn morning, Troy boy. How are you doing today?
Tired, but
Amen.
rolling.
Amen, amen. Guess what? Unfortunately, that is just the way of the world. Welcome back to another glorious week of Talkin Shop. Today is December 14th. It is a Sunday morning, a little bit of a switch up here from what we're usually used to, just, as the holidays get closer, timelines and personal lives get crazier. So, welcome back to, the only place that you get to listen to two unhinged, horrible sports takes at once and maybe laugh a little. So, as always, I'm your host, accompanied by a co-host, of course. It's King Nick, Terex, whatever you want to call me, you got all the names there. And of course, below me, as per usual, I got Bills Mafia member, OG himself, Troy Boy. How we doing, baby? How we doing?
Good.
I feel like now we are, we're going into week 15 today. Technically starting on Thursday of this week, which was the Atlanta Falcons playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in what was a very odd or interesting game, if you will. But, we'll dive into all that. But going into week 15, as we always talk about, it seems like this time of the year always just seems to fly by. And honestly, it's kind of sad because, let's be real, this is the best time of the year. Football's on, baby. But at the same time, you got to enjoy it while it's here. You can't just be mad that it's about to leave. So,
Facts. Well said. Well put.
all right. Well, let's go ahead and do what we always do. Let's jump into our previous games. So, I know Broncos played the Raiders and then the Bills played the Bengals. I think the Bengals and Bills was a better game, so if you're cool, I'll kind of run through what a couple of takes are from me on the Bills-Raiders game, and then we can dive in, and I also have a couple things I want to talk about for your game as well. So,
Go ahead.
I wanted to start off by saying, first of all, Broncos-Raiders, Broncos win, I believe it was 24-17. Which is still not that great of a score line. Everybody's going to say, oh, it was another close game, yada, yada, yada. Not really. I think we were up for almost 2 scores the entire game, except in the last, 4 minutes or whatever it was when Kenny Pickett decided to come in and just start torching our defense. But what I wanted to say is, I feel like we finally, offense didn't look great, but we looked efficient. We looked exactly how I think Sean Payton wants us to look. I think when we think of a Sean Payton-led offense, what we saw against the Raiders, time of possession, like the absolute masterclass of running the football that day, as well as sprinkling the pass to get it going. So you're just constantly you're almost like, it's like death by 1,000 cuts, because we'd go first, second, and then on that third down, it would just be like 3rd and 1. So it's an easy pickup whether you're trying to run it or if you're trying to, just get a quick dump off to somebody in the flats. So I'm pretty sure we possessed 70% of the clock that entire game, which obviously if you do that, it's very hard to lose games. It was very reminiscent of me of a lot of the older Chiefs games that you'd seen back in the day, where they're just holding on to the ball at every chance, and then all of a sudden it's the end of the game and there's no time for anything else. So, like I said, it wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't an easy game, but definitely, good win at home, beats, and that's the game that actually puts us above the tiebreaker for the Patriots. As long as we have the same record as them, we'll always be above them due to the fact that they lost to the, I believe the Raiders on week 2. So, That definitely helps out. So, my last point here for the Denver game, and then we can kind of jump into the Bengals game unless you have something you wanted to add. But I just felt like towards the end of that game, our defense got a little bit of like complacency, or like kind of got complacent there at the end, if you will. Obviously, with the Geno Smith, who that's a tough one. I think Geno's probably going to be out of the league here next year, if I had to guess.
You don't like him, right?
It's not that I don't like him. I just don't think he's as good as everyone made it seem in Seattle. I just think like he had one good season, which was the season that we had Russell Wilson and, you know, all that stuff, which was like obviously a big hot commodity, big old like fucking hot take type ordeal. And then ever since like that all happened, it's kind of just been downhill. And I feel like Pete Carroll did like him a favor for saving Pete Carroll's career towards the end of there, to where he's like, I'm going to help you in your end of your career. And that's why they signed him to a 2-year deal for like 112 million, or maybe it was less. Maybe it was like 98 million or something. Crazy 2-year deal for that veteran of a fucking QB, in my opinion. But last point there with the defense just getting complacent, it does scare me as we get deeper into the season. There are bits and pieces to me that are just like, this is when we can't lose focus. Like, they talk about it. I know Sean Payton's probably in the locker room just berating them like, hey guys, this is when we got to lock in. But at the same time, like, our defense has been kind of carrying us this entire season. So it's like, I would understand that now they're like, fuck, man, I'm tired. Like, I've had to do this every fucking weekend for the past fucking 17 weeks, you know, including preseason, if you will. And I still got 4 more games. And then postseason. So, I think it's going to be super interesting, but unless you have any comments on the, you know, Denver Raiders game, or kind of Denver's overall week last week in general, feel free to kind of throw it out there.
I was curious because I didn't like exclusively watch that game.
Yeah.
So I don't know like every down.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Genty? Like, because I haven't really watched any Raiders games, because why would I? They're not good.
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's because he's not getting... I mean, I looked and he only got 10 carries, which I think could easily be a problem. I could see that being a problem, but like, is he... Like, do you think they're holding him back, or do you think like this is kind of what to expect from him?
No, I mean, I don't think that they're holding him back in a way. I mean, obviously they're not giving him the handoffs that he would need to like kind of absolutely just dominate, if you will. But at the same time, I do think he's good. Like, I do think people are kind of ringing the bell a little early, in my personal opinion. I do think that it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, hey, like, he's not bad at the sport at all. He's very, very good. It's just he's on a team that O-line is god fucking awful. Like, I don't think there's a true testament to who he's going to be until maybe we get a little bit more. But, I mean, it's not like he's been bad. Like, he's tied for most touchdowns as a rookie with R.J. Harvey at 8 or 9. And he doesn't really catch anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to what he's producing on the field versus what everybody else is producing, because their pass game fucking sucks. So if you're smart, you just stack 9 in the box and go, we bottled up Genty, that was easy. But I don't know. I don't think we have a good sample size, and I don't think this team is good. I mean, they're about to get the 2nd overall pick, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, it sucks because I was really looking forward to seeing like what he was capable of. But I feel like it's hard to judge, like you're saying, at the moment, just because of the team that he's on.
Yeah. No, I think you put him on like the Packers or the Broncos or any team that has a decent O-line, or even like a team that I think he could do really, really good on, is the Cowboys. But I just don't think he's, you know.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're running him into the ground, so maybe in
Yeah, he's going to have
3
longevity.
years,
Yeah.
you can go to a better team or something.
I kind of see his career playing out very similar to the way Derrick Henry's career is playing out, if I'm being honest. I think he's going
Play
to
for a shitty team, but put up numbers.
exactly, and then finally go to a team that's supposedly going to help you win your ring, and then that team kind of just always falls the fuck apart.
Well, and I feel like speaking on him, like I feel like he's like fallen off.
He's been pretty injury prone this year.
Yeah, like last season, I feel like you just heard like he was doing Derrick Henry things. This year, I thought, oh shit, he's doing Derrick Henry things after that first game, and then it just kind of fizzled out. I feel like after that fourth quarter of the Bills game,
Yep.
it just like fizzled out. It was like, well.
I also think though too, where it's like same thing, bro. Their quarterback goes down, they lose their wide receiver, and then he gets injured too. It's like,
Yeah.
At what point as a team do you go, we're not gonna be able to win shit, guys? Like, let's not get anybody hurt here. Let's play hard, but let's not try to win games and put ourselves in super bad situations for our player safety / health, if you will.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. So, but I want you to go ahead and take your time, run through this Bills. I didn't get to watch this game a ton, but this is real rookie move here of me, but I forgot to go piss before this. So I'm going to go piss real quick. You run through this Bills. I'll jump back in with you here in a sec. Hey, rookie show here. Rookie show. I'm fucking brand new, all right?
It's all good. No, this game was definitely a highlight reel in some aspects, or most aspects, I feel like. Burrow was cooking. Defense looked very sorry. They held their run game, but I feel like the Bengals didn't really have a run game even before this, so I'm not super surprised by that. I thought Jamar Chase was going to do more, but I mean, when you have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins playing on the same team, one can have. I wouldn't even say it was an off day, I guess, for him. I think he was just being well defended, so there was no real reason to push the ball towards him, because T. Higgins did whatever he wanted. Mike Gesicki did whatever he wanted. But defense made 2 really good plays to kind of keep the Bills in it, because before that, I think the Bills were down by. I forget what they were down by, but going into the fourth, I think without those defensive takeaways, the Bills definitely lose. I know I saw Christian Benford not only with that pick 6, but I think he didn't allow a single reception. I think, or maybe it was against Jamar Chase. He didn't allow a single reception. Tight ends popped off. Dawson Knox, 93 yards. Kincaid, 41 yards. And then Jackson Hawes had a touchdown. But other than that, I mean, I feel like the numbers aren't spectacular. But it was just more of like a really fun game to watch.
I tuned in at the end, and obviously, what's so cool about it too is obviously like the blizzard and shit, like all the snow and craziness going on. My dad was actually at that game, so it's kind of cool for him to be there, seeing everything. And I think you said you had a family member there too, right?
Yeah, my mom was there.
Yeah, I mean, how cool is that? And it's just like wild to think about and see and everything like that. But I do agree. I also, I'm gonna just throw this out here now because we're already here, and I didn't see it on our sheet later, but do we think maybe that Josh Allen's been playing bad because he's got this baby on his mind?
I mean, I was trying to make a fucking petition. You can ask Bailey. I tried to make a petition that they need to get divorced.
And then they just announce a pregnancy.
Yeah, so I don't think that'll work, but I don't know. I mean, either way, baby's not going to come during the season, so fucking get your head in the game, man.
I'm totally with you, but maybe like Haley Steinfeld's like draining his balls too much. Maybe he just doesn't have like the testosterone to like stay locked in or something. You know, like maybe she's got to stop bouncing on that shit and let this young boy sling the rock here, because you got, I mean, from the vast difference. You know what I'm saying? Like he could just be so like, imagine, bro, if she's just constantly wanting to bounce on his shit. He's got no energy. He's cooked. He's fucking out there at practice, bro, like, trying to fucking get his shit collected. I mean, bro's got to take fucking, you know, this dude's popping addies just to stay awake. Like, I mean, I don't really know what he's got going on. So, but I will say the video was very, very, very cool. It was cute in the snow, all that stuff, you know. They did it right. But goddamn. Haley, stop. Stop bouncing on this shit. We need the old Josh Allen back, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we keep seeing glimpses. I'd love for him to put it all together.
I agree.
Put it all together. I'm chilling.
I also think too, like I know I heard you talking about the interceptions and stuff, but I also feel like I was going to say this too. Was like your corners have kind of like turned a corner out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean Benford played really well last year.
Yeah.
And then he got extended, and then the first part of the season, he just didn't really look the same, and people were like, "Oh, go figure," you know, because that happens a lot. I feel like, especially on the Bills, like these guys will get an extension after a really good year, and then they just don't fucking do anything because they got their money.
They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go fucking sit on the couch now, thanks."
Yeah, but no, I mean Benford, he's kind of locking back in and figuring shit out. I'm kind of confused on why they're still using so much of Trey White, which, I mean, you know, he played pretty well.
How's Maxwell doing?
I mean, he's playing all right. T. Higgins kind of mossed him a little bit.
Well, he's a rookie, bro. I mean, think about it last year, bro, when Riley Moss. T. Higgins put a fucking masterclass onto that motherfucker.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not too worried about it, because the thing is, it wasn't just him. I mean, T. Higgins was fucking cooking, like Gesicki was cooking.
I mean, bro, they're also, you gotta respect it though. Like, when Burrow plays, that offense is one of the most high flying offenses you've ever fucking seen. I mean, those boys fucking zip around the field, man.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think that they were gonna win, but I think that the turning point of the game was that Benford pick six.
Yeah, that changed everything, bro. I agree.
Because then wasn't it the very next play, the very next offensive snap for the Bengals was another pick?
I think so. Or maybe it was a couple, or it was that drive though. Yeah. I agree though. I think, you know, I feel like you guys are slowly starting to see that end goal of like, hey, like, this is gonna sound bad, but like, this is the first year that the Chiefs aren't gonna be in the playoffs to fuck with you. If that makes sense. And your team goes, fuck, if we want a chance, it has to be now.
Well, and that's what kind of sucks, because, like, of course I have faith in this team, but then it's like half and half. Like, I have to and half don't, because there's just so many holes in this roster. But, like, it sucks because everyone's like, you know, oh, the Bills, this has to be their year because the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bengals probably aren't going to be in the playoffs. This is the only year that they can do it, blah, blah, blah. And I hate that that's the thing, because that means I feel like the Bills will get just a ton of fucking shit if they don't do anything in the playoffs because of that reason. Because, you know, everyone's going to say that, well, that was your only chance because, you know...
Yeah, no other good teams made the playoffs that year.
Yeah, which I think is really stupid. I mean, because...
Yeah, look at the Patriots, look at the Broncos, look at the Chargers this year. I mean, there's a lot of, like, I feel... And, like, now, mind you, okay, and, like...
Look at the Texans' defense. The Texans' defense is the best in the league right now.
Absolutely. I hands down agree. Like, and that's why, like, I remember I used to say 1A, 1B, right? Like, at Texans and Broncos, and this is where... and I'm going to get on a soapbox here for a second, okay?
Okay.
Hear me out. What two teams lost to the Texans? In their home. In Arrowhead, Texans beat the Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
In Buffalo, Texans beat the Bills.
No, I thought it was in Houston.
Was it in Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in Houston. Regardless, actually proves my point even more here. One team beat them in Houston at their height.
Mm-hmm.
We actually were the reason that CJ Stroud actually looks kind of good now. Because if he doesn't get injured, he doesn't sit, he probably doesn't look good the rest of the season. He gets injured, Davis Mills goes and wins 3 games for them. CJ Stroud has no stress coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's who played us, actually. That's who beat us. I think Davis Mills beat us.
Yeah, exactly. But we went down the week prior, and we beat them. Bo Nix had a game-winning drive against the best defense in the world in Houston. But Bo Nix is still a fraud. Denver's not good. Yada, yada, yada. That's my soapbox. But what I was going to say is I do agree. I do think that Texans defense, if you have to play them come January, better buckle up. It's going to be a fucking tough game to win. Because I think they're holding their teams to I think it's under 17 or something. And Broncos are holding teams under 19. Those are fucking crazy numbers, man. And that's why, but I also think, this is going to be my end point here, was you can see the regime change. Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Bengals, right? Ran the AFC. Owned the AFC, right? I mean, name one other team that owned fucking a piece of the AFC. It was those 4 teams every year, right? Who were you looking at? Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the top 4 quarterbacks you're talking about now? Drake May? Huh? Bo Nix? Huh? Justin Herbert? Okay, he's been around. He's finally maybe stepping into.
After that game, though, this week, I don't know.
Well, broken hand, did stiff arm somebody with the broken fucking arm. Kind of sick. He's stupid. Same thing with, Haley Seinfeld and him and Allen. Might be the same situation with Herbert here. Maybe Madison Beer stops bouncing on his shit. Maybe he goes back to prime throwing bombs. But regardless, the top 4 quarterbacks now, right? May, Bo, CJ, and Herbert.
Yeah.
Is that...
Is it true that Drake May hasn't thrown for over 300 yards?
Correct. Correct. I see both sides of that. I think just his team is so efficient that they don't have to. Their defense has also been pretty good too. But my main point is I just think, we're slowly starting to see these teams fade out of their insane glory that once was. And I'm not saying that they're not going to bounce back and that they're washed and that they're done and their dynasty's over and yada, yada, yada. I'm just saying, you have to realize other teams are getting good too. Well,
so here's my thing. I feel like the whole Ravens train, I think, is stupid because, all right, I get that Lamar has won 2 MVPs, but they haven't done anything when it does matter at all.
Yeah, they fucking lost in the playoffs every time.
I think they've won maybe 1 or 2 playoff games. The Bills, I think, speaking just AFC East, yeah, they were running the table. But I mean, if you truly look at the fucking roster that they've had, they've always been missing pieces. I think the 13-second game that season was probably their best roster and their best chance to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And since then, I think it's just been that Allen has been able to hold the team to a high standard.
Yeah.
And now I think that just, players coming in, people are also just figuring out, different schemes around it. And so, I agree with what you're saying. I guess this is more so just saying, I feel like it should never have been I don't know. I don't know what I'm actually trying to say, really. I think, I think it should never have been, these top teams, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Bengals, which, honestly, the Bengals had 1 good fucking year.
Yeah.
When they went to the Super Bowl. And since then, I mean, Joe Burrow gets injured, doesn't play for over half the fucking season. But like, I wouldn't even say the Bills. If anything, you just got to say Josh Allen, because most of these seasons he's been the whole fucking team, because they can't do anything without him doing some stupidity on the fucking field and
Yeah.
making ridiculous plays. But I don't know.
Speaking of that, do you remember like last year, bro, when the Chiefs were undefeated going into week like 9 or 10 or whatever, and the only reason y'all fucking beat them was because Josh Allen scrambles for like 17 yards and like fucking spears a guy to get into the end zone?
Yeah, no, exactly. And well, also, and you know, everyone's gassing up the fucking Chiefs when they're taking the fucking Panthers, who were absolute dog shit last year, down to the fucking wire and to win it by a field goal.
Yeah.
Get all excited about it. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's just like, I don't know. I hate when they talk about the teams and stuff like that, because like I feel like it's more so just like an agenda that people are going at. And I mean, because we've talked plenty of times on the show, like the Chiefs aren't fucking good. You know, we got Nick Wright every fucking Monday morning coming on his show after Chiefs loss. Oh, well, blah, 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 this, and
yeah.
that.
Oh, this we're
But
still a
then
better
as soon
team
as they
than
win-
so and so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as they win, never doubt, we're back on track. We're gonna do this and this and this, and then they lose the next week and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think it's like one of those things where it's like I'm just trying to say from my point, it's not like as if like, you know, you guys are out of the Super Bowl window. I'm just trying to say I feel like people or teams are finally starting to elevate to that level of play finally. Like other teams are finally getting good around you guys, where it's not fair to be like, oh, you know, like I don't think it's fair to put criticism on the Bills this year, because there's so many other good teams that have kind of just made their way out of the woodwork, which is normal. If a team is running the right way, you should eventually be able to fucking right the ship, you know? Like, how the fuck can you be in... I mean, not every organization is the Jets or the fucking Browns, you know? Like...
Yeah. Well, and that's what's so frustrating, especially, you know, as an outsider looking at, like, the Broncos, for example. Like, you guys were in what seemed like really big fucking trouble with the whole Russ stuff.
Yeah, 98 million in cap space. We were in cap hell.
Yeah, and so like it's aggravating, especially this season, because it's like, how the fuck does a team turn that around? Everyone's saying, oh, you know, the next like 5+ years is going to be just dog shit play, not a good team. They're not going to be able to bring anyone in, this and that. And then, I mean, look at how well you guys are playing. You're first in the AFC right now.
Yeah.
And then I look at my own team, and it's like, we're not really paying anybody crazy except for
Allen and Cook, yeah.
Yeah. But then we're like spending the most on these medium fucking contracts on guys that aren't doing a single thing. So it's just so fucking frustrating. Like, damn, how are they making that shit work? And we can't figure it out. And I mean, the Broncos are definitely not the only, you know, example of it. There's other teams that are doing it as well. I mean, look at the fucking Rams. You know, they went all in, won a Super Bowl. Everyone thought, all right, well, the next, you know, 5-10 years aren't going to be fun because they went all in, and they're going to have to recover from it. And now, I mean, I think people are kind of shitting on them because of the Panthers loss, but I mean, dude, they're a fucking crazy ass team.
I like, and that's why I like, bro. That's literally what kind of, and I'm glad you brought this up, because this, and you know, I wasn't gonna get to this until later, but like with Denver this week, right, bro? We play the Packers. Okay, Packers are a great team. And we're fucking underdogs, and we're at home, bro, against the Packers. Mm-hmm. We're 2.5-point underdogs. That's crazy to me. Regardless, whatever. I think that loss from the Rams is what we could have today for the Broncos, because it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, yeah, bro, like Carolina's a good team, but they're a sneaky good team. The Packers are good, but they're 9-4. Like, let's not act like they have the best fucking record out here, you know?
I think it also depends on the team that shows up, because, I mean, look, they lost to the Browns in a very shitty fucking game.
Yeah.
That was like a 10-9 or like some like really boring-ass game. I feel like they're just one of those teams where it really depends on who shows up.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think they're having... what's it called? Play through injury, Josh Jacobs and shit. So I don't know. Curious to see how that goes. They already just said he's cleared. They said it last night. Yeah, I got the notification at like 11:40. They're saying that he's trending to play because their backup Emmanuel Wilson is also injured and is likely to be out. And so they're like, "Fuck, we got to figure something out." But cool. Well, I know we went on a little bit of tangent there, but let's go ahead and jump down into the recap of some of the games that we had seen last week, including some of the teams that we actually just previously mentioned. So, starting off, I know you have some affinity to this game, so I'll kind of let you take the reins here, but Chargers-Eagles.
The only good thing that happened in this game was the fact that I was watching the Monsters Inc. version of it. Other than that, and it annoyed me because I wasn't able to see actually who was making these fucking mistakes, because all of a sudden I'd hear the announcer say, "Oh, Sully, gets his third fucking interception.
Yeah.
It's the second quarter." It was so ugly. It was so fucking ugly.
It was absolutely horrible, but I do think it was so funny to the degree that like my brother texted me in the middle of the game, and like I had it on or whatever. I think I was playing games while it was on, and I was just like chilling or whatever. And it was so funny because he goes, "Damn, bro, feels like I'm watching a Broncos game." And I was like, "Relax, pal." Like, Jesus. Just being like, low scoring game or whatever. But yeah, like, is Jalen Hurts really not that good? Like,
Hell
4
no.
picks, bro?
Let's not forget, in the same fucking play, he threw an interception and then fumbled the ball.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. I didn't see that clip.
I'll rewind that. In the same play, he threw an interception and fumbled the ball.
I mean, that's got to be the first, right? Ever?
After the interception, he fumbled the ball. It was like such an asinine play. So you didn't see what happened?
No, I didn't see that play. Let me find it on Twitter real quick.
Oh my god.
That's actually hilarious. I didn't see that
If
play.
you have him on your fantasy, I'm so sorry, because I know.
Hell no, he dropped 2 points. I do not have him on fantasy. I do not like Hurts at all in fantasy.
But yeah, I mean, AJ Brown. I also saw a statistic. Anytime AJ Brown is over 100 yards in receiving,
They lose, right?
the Eagles have lost.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which has been like either all of their losses or
Yeah,
like 4
NFL
out of
history.
their
Here we go.
5.
Found it. Oh my god. Okay, this is the right play. I thought it was the Lions for a second. Alright, you ready for this shit? Alright, here we go. Let's fucking lock in. Let me turn this down a little bit. Pick! Big boy! Oh no! Oh fuck! Oh, it's mine! I got it! Oh no! Help! Grab it! What the fuck, bro? Wait, was it the same guy that caught the pick that...
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
No, it's this guy who picks up the fumble. It's this guy who gets the pick. Also, bro, who is this? Why is this motherfucker so big, bro? Oh my god.
He also had some just really not good picks.
Yeah, the pick at the end of the game was crazy. I mean, I definitely thought they were gonna win, bro.
Yeah.
I definitely thought they were gonna win.
Yeah, they were in the fucking red zone. Throws a pick in OT to lose the fucking game. Yeah, I mean, now I guess I do understand why they are coming for so many people's heads.
Yeah, well, and I know that a lot of I know. Did you see the Russell Wilson shit? So someone was tweeting about Jalen Hurts and saying that Jalen Hurts is on the same pace to have a career such as Russell Wilson, where he won 1 Super Bowl in a massive way, and then but didn't really do too much in that Super Bowl, and then now he's just gonna trend downwards. And then Russ literally tweeted and was like, "Oh hell no, I gotta lock the fuck in. No way they comparing me like this." And he literally, I swear, I'll try to find it. He literally dead ass said some shit like that. He was it was crazy, bro. On Jalen Hurts.
No, I did not see that.
Let's see. I found it. So, okay. Here's the original clip is Big Cat
is a very good quarterback.
Talking about Jalen Hurts being Russell Wilson 2.0.
Jalen Hurts is going to have. Jalen Hurts is just a Russell Wilson 2.0. That's how I've thought about him for a while now, where he is a very good quarterback.
No, I'm not. Why?
I thought no, because I'm. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
He needs a good defense and also is very corny. And when he gets to his later part of his career, everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, that guy's weird."
The thing is, like,
not a bad.
No.
Yeah.
And then, but this is what Russell Wilson said. Man, I got to get back to balling and being me. Back to my first 10. It's time to go dark. What? What?
He's so cringy, dude.
Godly. But yeah, sorry, just had to show you that.
It's like, I don't know, like, it's hard because, like, I think, like, with the Jalen Hurts stuff, it's hard because, like, I don't think he necessarily had, like, it wasn't like he had to do anything crazy for his team, because his team has always been, like, really good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, they usually, you know, have a really good defense. They usually have, like, one of the top O-line, if not the top O-line. I mean, last year, didn't have to do much when he had Saquon running for fucking 200 yards every game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like, I think that, like, the team's success kind of was, like, blinding people almost to, like, I don't think he's like one of those elite quarterbacks, but people were, I mean, especially last year, people were saying he's an elite quarterback. Well, no, not really. I mean, if you really watch the games, he doesn't do much. I mean, that was the whole reason why AJ Brown is freaking the fuck out, you know, after these games and saying he wants out or whatever the fuck he was saying, because he's not getting the ball because he's not passing the ball. So, I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting that. That game was so ugly. It was a very shitty ass game. But, like, I mean, I don't expect him to go be a fucking demon on the field, because I don't think we've ever seen him be that way.
Well, and that's exactly what I was going to get to, too, where it's like, okay, cool, you had a bad game, it's fine, everybody has a bad game or whatever, where, like, you know, think it's just like the fucking Matt Stafford and the Panthers. Bro threw a pick six and a total of, what, 2 interceptions, right? After just announcing that he had never, or not thrown an interception in, like, fucking 29 touchdowns or whatever the record was that he just set. And the whole, like, aspect of, like, you're allowed to have a bad game, but you can't have a bad game 7 games out of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you a bad quarterback. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to sit here and shit on Jalen Hurts. Obviously, he won a Super Bowl. You know, teach their own. It's, you know, it's not easy to win in this league, yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, very weird game, ugly game. Justin Herbert didn't look like he was playing well either. I think they got a big game ahead of them today with the Chiefs, so curious to see how that plays out. But very intrigued to see how it all goes. So I don't know.
Did you see? I'm curious of what Jalen Hurts' presser was, because I'm sure it was really fucking stupid. I'm sure he had a Kangol hat on, looking like a fucking idiot.
He does usually wear some stupid ass shit.
He usually wears a fucking Kangol.
Is the Kangol that fucking weird, like...
The LL Cool J hat.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Kangol is what it's called?
That's the brand, I think. I think Bruce Arians wears one. But I think Jalen Hurts wears it backwards.
Kangol is a hat brand name, but this is just like a Scully.
Let me see. Are you showing it in the stream?
Nah.
Hold on. Let me see.
It's a fucking... Or it looks like a Scully, at least.
But it's got, like, this, like, weird, like I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It looks like a French hat almost.
No, yeah, it's like a beret almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of a lip when you wear it, like, facing forward. There's, like, a little lip to it.
Yeah.
It just looks goofy as hell.
Oh yeah.
And he wears that shit to his pressers and says some, like, mystical shit, and people are like, oh my god, wow, he's so deep.
You're like,
fuck him. I don't like it.
Fucking weirdo, bro. I do agree, is weird. But I wanted to jump into the next game here. Obviously, someone who had been running the table on the NFC side up until last week, which was the Bears. The Bears-Packers played off for pretty much the title match of the NFC. Bears were, 9-2 when we had last talked, right? Now they're 9-3.
Like that, yeah.
And the Packers are 9-4. What are the Packers? They're 9-3. So yes, they would have been 9-4. They're 9-3. My apologies. Bears were now the Bears are 9-4. That's what it is. They were both 9-3 going into the game. Packers were 9-3-1 with their bye. Going into that game, I mean, it was actually a pretty good game, kind of a shootout. Both teams didn't look the greatest, but looked pretty good at the same time. And I'm not sure if you watched that final play where Caleb Williams threw the pick on by chance. Not sure if you saw that. Did you watch that game at all? Well, regardless, they ran the same.
It was on, but I wasn't paying attention.
Gotcha. He ended up doing the same play. So when they beat the Eagles, what was it, last week, 2 weeks ago, on the last second drive or whatever, and there was the wide open touchdown in the back of the end zone with their tight end. They ended up running that exact same play to win the game against the Packers. Well, the Packers safety fucking watched film, and he just sat with the tight end, and then Caleb Williams tried to float it over him, but obviously you're in the end zone. You can't really, it's kind of tough to put that ball where you need to put it. And he throws a horrible pick. I mean, wildly bad pick. He did have DJ Moore open for a second if he's able to get crossbody throw in the middle of the field. He wasn't able to do it, but also at the same time, it kind of showed a light of Caleb Williams that we hadn't seen yet. We hadn't seen him have to perform under this immense pressure in a comeback situation and win the game. And he did crumble pretty bad. If you will watch the play, it was pretty bad. You can definitely see the safeties just sitting right in front of the tight end. And he just goes, pick. But at the end of the day, I know it's obviously his first time seeing probably a situation that extreme or that similar or situation. So, it is what it is. But Packers now take the NFC side minus the Rams, I believe. Or no, I think the Packers are NFC standings. Let's see.
They have a tie. Shouldn't the Rams be ahead because they're 10-3? Because the tie is looked at as a loss.
That's a good point. I don't know. Let's see playoff standings.
I thought. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think you are right. I think the tie counts as a loss unless you've beaten the team that you're tied with, or unless you're beat the team that you're same record with a tie. No, you are correct. So the Rams are 10-3. I didn't realize they were 10-3. Rams are 10-3. Packers 9-3. Eagles 8-5. Panthers 7-6. I'm sorry. That game was for the NFC North. That's what it was. Not for the entire NFC. It was to own the NFC North. So they knocked the Bears down, which now the Bears are a wild card spot. That knocks the Bears from being second in the division to being seventh in the division. That's crazy, bro. Wow. And they're 9-4. I mean, they're both 9-win teams, which is kind of wild.
That's why, I was going to wait to ask you about this, and I'm pretty sure we had the same conversation last year because of a very similar situation. But what do you think about the playoffs? How it's the seeding works? Because I just I feel like it's somewhat unfair for teams to be in the wild card spot, or even in the hunt for that matter, to have a better record than some of these second, third, and fourth seeds. Just because it goes by division.
No, I mean, okay. But then if you were to take it away from division, then you're looking at a playoff similar to the college football, right? Where you pick one from each division, or if you don't do division, then it's cool. Well, if one division's bad, like the NFC North used to be, or the AFC North used to be, the AFC South used to be, I don't think it gives them a fair shot because then you never have a Cinderella story. You'll never have a team that is 9-8 and all of a sudden figures it the fuck out in the playoffs like the fucking 2017 Jaguars did, where they go all the way to the fucking AFC Championship game with Blake motherfucking Bortles and Leonard Fournette. You know, like I do think this is a fair way to do it, especially in the last 3 where it's like, hey, this is pure record, who you've beaten, how you've done it. We don't care what fucking conference you're from, what you can do, anything like that. If you're not winning your conference, which, you know, biggest ups to the teams that the top 4 teams that do win it with, I mean, like if you look here, I didn't realize I had my screen share on.
It's just crazy to me because I mean, look at the Carolina Panthers, 7-6. They'll, if things were to stand right now, they will host the 10-3 Seahawks. Or no, yes.
Yep, these, and then it goes Eagles, 49ers, and then Bears, Rams.
Yeah, and then like the Lions are 8-5, and they're outside of the playoffs.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, because a record. Yep.
Or no, the Lion. Yeah, because there's.
Because they're in the NFC North. Yeah, NFC North has 3.
No, so they're the last spot of the. Or wait, no. Is
No,
there 3 wild card spots?
Yeah. So so Seahawks, 49ers, and Bears, and so Seahawks and 49ers. Which, can we talk about how sneakily the 49ers are fucking 9-4?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to.
Bro, I remember when I was like midway through the season and Mac Jones was getting all those wins and shit, I kind of forgot that Mac Jones was winning. I think I saw something about their record like 2 weeks ago when they were like, whatever, I don't know, 7-2 or something like that. And I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute.
No,
What? Like, I did not realize they fucking were still winning football games. But I think that this is the perfect way to do it because, like, yeah, I understand that the Lions may not make the playoffs even though they're an 8-5 team. But at the same time, bro, like, look at the NFC's records, right? And then look at fucking everybody else in it. It's like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. I think it's totally fair this way. I mean,
you're right. Because if what I'm saying were true or were how they did it, then yeah, I mean, divisions wouldn't matter.
Yeah, there'd be no point in even trying to win your division. Who would care? Mm-hmm. You just have to go and win as many games as possible.
Yeah.
So then it would instill no rivalry and then all that stuff. So, but also you would end up probably with a team, let's say who, like the Panthers, who are able to right their ship and they're the best in their division. But because there's so many teams that just happen to have better records than them, they won't make the playoffs. What if these Panthers teams would have went all the way because they figured it out here at the end of the season and won it all, right? Similar to the college football playoffs where it was like before they added 16 teams and it used to be just 4 teams. There was like teams going 12-0 undefeated in their entire division. Cool, yeah, they played in the ACC or they didn't play in the SEC. They were just in Big Ten, Pac-12, whatever it was. They didn't even get a shot at the playoffs. And, like, that's what really upsets a lot of people. So I think the way that they do it now is honestly the most understandable, but I can understand that, like, you know, why it would make sense to maybe switch it or flip it. But
I agree.
But
we're spending too much time on this. Let's move on.
Let's just run through it. We're running out of time already.
What the hell's going on with the Bucks, man?
God, yeah, we do got to talk about the fucking Bucks, bro.
I mean, I feel like we both, especially, I mean, I definitely was singing.
I was high as fuck on him.
High praise. What the hell, man? Mbuka, where have you been?
Dude, he fucking fell off a cliff. I have him in fantasy, and I'm fucking like, I think I'm like 14, or no, I'm 13-2 in one league, bro. And then this week, I'm in the wild, or I had my first round bye last week, and I'm in the second round of the playoffs. My buddy has Kyle Pitts and Bijan this week.
Oh, GG's.
I'm cooked. I'm 13-2.
I traded Mbuka to Bailey because she wasn't doing well, and my team was doing well. So I was like, I don't think I need Mbuka. My team's good. As soon as I gave her him, I felt so bad.
Fucking just fell off a cliff.
As soon as I gave her him, he was scoring 20+ points every game, like 2-3 points a game. Now it's like, jeez.
Well, so, and I think there's like a mental side of it with Baker's injury, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, obviously he's playing injured, right? We all know this. It's the left shoulder injury he's been dealing with ever since, like, the Lions game 3 weeks ago or whatever. Which ultimately, like, I was talking to my buddy who's a big baseball guy. He was a pitcher. He coached college baseball, all that, yada yada yada. And I was like, does a left side injury, does it hurt when you go through your throwing motion? He goes, not really, unless you're keeping yourself tense because you don't want to hurt it anymore, right? Or if you're bracing for a hit or something. He's like, yeah, I can see how you're straining it because you're like trying to fucking put everything you can into your right arm. And so that way you're almost leaning more on your left side of your body to pull the strength to your right arm. He was like, but ultimately in the way like, the throwing mechanics should work, it shouldn't do anything. But he was like, it all depends on how you think through it. And he was like, but like we and him were talking, we were like, dude, I definitely think this injury is like mentally playing to him poorly right now.
Well, and I mean, I haven't, because I mean they haven't been the same team, so I've kind of like stopped really watching them. And I want to say, I don't know if it was the Saints Bucks or if it was the week before that I was watching. And I mean, dude, he's getting fucking smacked around.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure, you know, even if you're not injured, I'm sure when a team is hitting you hard, I mean, you're gonna start like I mean, you see it all the time because you know, even not just quarterbacks. It was the Browns against the Steelers, maybe. Njoku got fucking slaughtered early on, and then you saw like how that fucks with a player mentally because then you know he's running a slant or whatever, and he's coming across the middle and he's wide open, but you can tell he's not looking at the ball. He's looking around and making sure where's the closest player? Can I catch this ball? And then, the ball's thrown to him. And as soon as it's about to touch his hands, he's looking to the player that's coming for him. And the play that I'm talking about, he doesn't hold on to it and gets fucking clobbered in the middle. And I think what you're saying is right. Like, I'm sure, like, you just are thinking about that, like, oh shit, like these motherfuckers are coming after me. I got to keep my head on a swivel. I'm trying to, especially if you're injured, I'm trying to protect that injury so I don't get hurt even more.
Yeah, so I don't have to sit out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also think too, like if you watch like so I watched a little bit of this Falcons game on Thursday, and not tons of it, but a good amount. And when I was watching it though, their O-line does seem to have, like, taken or, like, regressed a little bit as the season goes, which is totally normal. I mean, bro, you're getting fucking tired. It's week 15, bro. You're just trying to rep through the last 3 weeks here and fucking call it a day. But at the same time, it's like he looks so unsettled in the pocket, bro, which is so not like him. Usually he's cool to dance, and then bust out the pocket, go find a guy downfield. In this, bro, like, he's literally dropping back. Like, if you find the foot, like, if you go watch the All-22 on it, he's dropping back and immediately tucking the ball to, like, run out of the pocket and then pop back up to find somebody. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's almost like he's lost a little trust. Like, he's a little nervous. He's always, like, blindside checking. Like, as soon as he gets through and he drops back and, like, his O-lineman comes down to kind of form the pocket around him, he immediately is snapping back. And then, of course, as he snaps back, he's missing everything in the field. No one's open. He starts running. They just collapse on him and he's fucking cooked. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's a tough one. I think the Bucks don't make the playoffs now. I mean, if they keep playing this way, I don't see a playoff berth for them at all. I don't know.
I mean, they are getting some, injuries back, and I'm sure that also doesn't help the fact that maybe like the trust that you're talking about when, your guys that you have worked with for so long are now, injured for such a long period of time. You're trying to form new connections with some of these new guys and stuff. So, I mean, now that, guys are coming back from injury, maybe they can make a run and hope that the Panthers fall back off or whatever the case may be. But I don't know.
I agree. I'm very confused and I'm very shocked. But on the flip side of that, though, talking about the Bucks, obviously, especially with the Thursday night game, Kyle Pitts breakout game year 4?
Yeah, I mean, he had a crazy ass game. He finished with like 100 and what was it,
118 or something like that, I thought.
No, 166 yards.
Holy shit.
166 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bijan 93 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, that's going to be hard to compete against.
Also, talk about injuries real quick. Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix. Michael Penix injured knee again. That's now going to be his 5th knee surgery within the past 7 years.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I really did, because one of my boys that I used to work with is a Falcons fan, and I was kind of talking him off the ledge, like, nah, dude, Michael Penix he's gonna be your guy. I don't know about that now.
Yeah, I'm super curious to see how that all works out for him. I just don't really understand if it's, like... I just don't know, man. I'm so nervous that they made the wrong choice there, only to say because, like... They reached, bro, and they didn't give Kirk the time. Like, you pay him all this money, and now he's doing well, but fuck, I don't know. I'm curious to see how that works for him. But no need to harp on that, obviously. We don't want to get down here. We got some fun things to add here at the end, and I believe we kind of have a little bit of a hot take here as our last piece, but let's talk about one more thing. I'm going to run through some college football pieces. I'll make that super quick. We get to this last point here, and then we can dip on out, but...
We got 4 things that I want to talk about in our Around the League segment.
Oh shit, I didn't see that. Okay, good call.
So go ahead with the college stuff.
Let me hit one thing. Chiefs fucking blow dick. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. I fucking love that. I will be continuing to hate watch them, and I really hope Denver beats them on Christmas. That would be the icing on my fucking cake this year. Pause, but that would be super cool to watch. I'm very excited for it. But let me jump into college football.
Go ahead.
Fernando Mendoza, Heisman, our boy, the one and only. Hoosiers. After beating Ohio State, Julian Sands, obviously the game that we love is gone. I think he's at like 2,700 yards this season. Joe Burrow had like 4,800 the year he won fucking Heisman. The game we love is no longer there. But at the same time, I do think they chose the right person to win the Heisman this year. Besides, giving it to Ohio State's Julian Sands, who I definitely thought was more than capable of winning that award. He had a great season as well. His speech was absolutely phenomenal, very emotional, very touching. He's kind of just like an all-around football guy, super cool to see. I think he's going to be phenomenal in the NFL. Jumping into the college football playoffs as we get ready for it. JMU makes it, which shook a lot of people up. Vandy didn't make it. Diego Palvi, another guy I think will have a great NFL career moving ahead of him here. ACC got snubbed, but honestly, it's probably for the best. Tulsa ended up beating North Texas in the bowl game to decide their fate, so North Texas is officially out of the playoff contention, and Tulsa will be making it into the playoffs. RIP to North Texas, man. That quarterback has such a cool fucking background, going from never starting a football game in his career, being a backup, but having amazing motor skills and sitting behind everyone his entire career, and then jumps into a fucking starting role at North Texas this year, first time ever, beating every school record this season, taking them all the way to a bowl game to decide their fate, and unfortunately coming up a little short to a Tulsa-led team with a 5-star rated quarterback that dipped out of BYU. All love. Had a great run, North Texas. Had a great fucking run. We love you. And then OSU, I do hate to say this, and I really hate this. I don't want to say this right now, Troy. I really don't. But I'm going to just say this. Ohio State may win back-to-back championships.
I got them going. Yeah, we're doing like a family pick thing.
Yeah.
And I got them winning.
Yeah. I got Texas Tech winning. But, God damn it. Ohio State's probably going to do it again. I don't want to say that. But I just think of it in like, Fernando Mendoza and Indiana may run into them in the playoffs, and it may even be the national championship if it all works out that way, which I highly doubt it will. But if it does, it's fucking hard to beat a team twice. It is very fucking hard to beat a team twice. And I just don't know how that's going to work out for them. So, curious to see. Would love to see if they end up losing in like the first round or some craziness. But besides that, that's all I got for college football. So, Troy, boy, take us away here.
So, yeah, I mean, you touched on the Chiefs sucking fucking dick, which I love. Mahomes looks god-awful. Picks. You want to talk about bad picks. I mean, some of his picks, and then you got Chris Collinsworth sucking him off, acting like it's not his fault. I don't know about that.
Blowing that fucking skin flu, baby.
Yeah, but we can move away from them. The Burrow stuff, I think, is kind of crazy, dude.
That is wild.
I don't know if you watched any of part of his presser, but
I watched the clips of it where I'm not having any more fun. What's the point in playing without having fun?
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting. I mean, are we gonna, and I think we've even talked about it because of his injuries, how he's getting injured, like what seems like every single year for a long period of time, with these bigger injuries, not minor. Like, are we gonna see like an Andrew Luck type situation where he just, hey, I'm getting hit, and like he said, I'm not having fun, and is he gonna early retire, or, which I thought was insane, not insane for him being traded, but just some of the teams that I was seeing. I saw him get traded.
I saw something on that bullshit account on Twitter, the ML football or whatever, and they were like, "Do they trade Bo Nix a first and a second to go get Joe Burrow?" And I was like, "What?"
You're having success with your team. Why would you?
Yeah, I was like, bro. One of the Denver Twitter accounts goes, "Yeah, I think we should all just block you, bro." like what the fuck are you talking about? But sorry, go on. Some of the teams, I didn't actually see the teams that you had listed, so I'm very curious to see about this.
So I've seen different teams. This one was the first article that I saw about him being traded, because I didn't think that Cincy would even think about it. And I don't know if they are, but whatever.
Yeah.
I saw Jets, which I think would be interesting.
That I feel like you'd be putting him into a worse situation there, but
I
go
agree.
off. Okay.
And Raiders. Which
Back at it right there again.
Yeah.
Yep. No
And then
O-line.
The Steelers, I feel like would not. There's no way that the Bengals would trade Joe Burrow to the Steelers.
In conference is ridiculous.
I think the Steelers would have a better chance of picking off either Jamar Chase or T. Higgins before they give them Joe Burrow.
I would agree.
Unless they were like, hey, we'll give you, 5 first-round picks or some crazy shit,
Now, but hear me out.
Let's hear it.
A team that's always felt one quarterback away on the NFC side, out in the West, have a phenomenal wide receiver room. Some would even say the best young wide receiver room in the league. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Vikings.
In your old state.
The Giants?
No, your old state, where you used to live before you just moved back.
Oh, Arizona.
The Cardinals.
Oh.
They've always been a quarterback away, bro. They thought Kyler was the guy. Kyler's not the guy. You trade Kyler first, a second, go get Burrow, put him behind that line with Michael Wilson, Maserati Marv. I mean, Trey McBride. I mean, you're loading them up to be a fucking Super Bowl caliber team.
That would be interesting. What I thought was interesting, which I saw on Twitter, would be the Rams. If this is Stafford's last year.
Be Stafford's little protege?
Yeah, come in. Stafford retires after this year, and Joe Burrow comes in.
Could you imagine Joe Burrow and Puka Nacua?
That would be wild. That would be wild. And I mean, the Rams are making moves, so I don't think that would be too
with a great defense, bro. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
I don't. Yeah, so I think that is a huge thing to be watching for the offseason, because I think that will break the fucking NFL internet for sure. No matter the team that he goes to. I mean, like we said, if they traded him to, let's say, the Jets, the Raiders, a team like that, if I'm Joe Burrow, I'm just retiring.
I
you're,
mean,
like you said, I mean, you're putting yourself in either the same, if not a worse situation.
Correct.
So
yep.
if that were the case, I think he just retires. But yeah, so moving on, the Shador stuff, we need to stop. We need to stop. I get he's playing well, but why am I seeing these highlights and the captions for these highlights are crazy? like him making magic and this and that. He did his time celebration. He's won one fucking game. They lost to the Titans. What are we? The Titans were what, one in whatever.
Also, can we talk about that real quick though, on how Shador got more publicity because they didn't let him play on that the 2-point conversion? Which, hands up, I do think they could win if Shador did toss that ball instead of running that dumbass fucking triple pitch play that they drew up and it all got fucked up or whatever. Can we not talk? But why is Cam Ward, #1 draft pick, not getting shown that he fucking is just absolutely lighting up the fucking Browns defense?
Yeah, I mean,
Why is it all about Shador when you have Cam fucking Ward who just dimed to nobody, bro? Who's he throwing to?
Yeah, I think it's.
But go on, sorry.
It's weird.
I think it's bullshit. I agree.
No, it is, and I think it's like this weird agenda that they have. And I mean, trust me, I get it. The Browns are a impoverished franchise, and like if you want to take every stab you can to shit on them, I get it. But it's just so weird to me. Like we need to chill out until like he can. Because, I mean, good quarterbacks can take a bad team and do things with them. He's won one fucking game. Let's relax. Other than that, I guess this can be the hot take, I guess.
Yes.
I got beef with Justin Herbert. His little stunt he did, and Bailey has, like, talked to me about this before, and I never really noticed it. He's, like, really weird with, like, social media, the social media team and stuff like that, and, like, interviewers and stuff. Like, after that game... Like, just fucking talk to the lady. Like, him like, running away from her, pushing her away, like, I'm trying to celebrate with my team. I'm trying to celebrate. Bro, take 2 fucking minutes. The interview literally lasted 2 fucking minutes. Like, I don't know. I thought it was just fucking lame, honestly.
So I do understand. We actually talked about this in the office because he's definitely going to get fined for that, by the way. And, like, I get it. Like, it's in your contract. You have to do that post-game interview or whatever. And, like, I totally agree. It's like, hey, bro, just take the second. But at the same time, like, I do think that the interviewer or interviewee, the lady, like, just follow him, bro. Everybody follows the person because they're usually trying to find their coach or trying to find one guy. And unless they're very social media forward, then they'll stop, do the interview, then go find them. But usually they're like, oh, shit. Oh, coach, oh, my God, what a win. And it's, like, kind of usually a moment with the interview person there because they're all celebrating and stuff, whereas like she literally was grabbing at his arm as he's like walking to find someone, which I do think is a little bit of an overstep on her end, but at the same time that's her fucking job. Her job is to get this one conversation with the star quarterback because that's in the fucking contract with CBS, Fox, whatever the fuck it is. This is your job. We're probably paying you fucking $500,000 a year to have this 2-minute conversation and prep for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is you. That's your job, which I do agree. And I do think he should have just been like, hey, follow me, let's go do it, and I'll get what's his name involved. I do think he could have been a little bit more cordial about it. He was kind of rude when he was like, I'm trying to celebrate my team. But it's
and then when he finally stops, he turns around, rolls his eyes like, oh, God, like, all right, let's fucking do this.
Yeah, I do agree, but at the same time, it's like, I do think it is a little bullshit because it's like, he still did it, but he got a lot of flack for it, so it's like, it is what it is, but at the same time, bro, like, I understand your point as well. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that like now with his life being more publicized, I think it's coming to life that he's kind of a weirdo. Like, he's just a weird guy, bro. He's wearing a fucking leg sleeve on a wine and board or a game or a board game night. Like, this motherfucker is just, he's locked into whatever the fuck he got going on. He not changing who he is, which ultimately respect, but he's got a little sprinkle. He's definitely got a sprinkle of that shit for sure, man, for sure. But
I think it's everything that I've heard is the issue that I have. Like, this isn't like a not normal thing. Is the problem I think that I have.
So I guess I don't know. I don't even know what's been said. So
so Bailey is just like has told me like that like their social media team have tried to like because like if you follow your team's social media, like they do like these stupid shit. And they talk to players after practice and like just like try and have fun with it. And I guess like he's just kind of like a dickhead about it and like doesn't want to be a part of it at all. And is just like very like I don't know, like standoffish with them and stuff. And I just think it's kind of shitty. Like you know, you've got like you're especially when you're a good quarterback, you're usually, you know, that guy for your team that people want to see. And so I feel like you've like even if it's just a quick, you know, 30 seconds, like you've got to like let the fans see you,
Yeah.
you know, because you got people like looking up to you and shit, and like I don't know, and then like I don't know, I just have a bad taste in my mouth because of like how it went down. I definitely get what you're saying. I 100% get what you're saying, but I think everything that happened within that span of her trying to get him to stop and him like turning and like rolling his eyes and
Oh,
like
yeah.
stopping and like just like obviously showing that he was annoyed by it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
or
well,
not wanting to be there like at all. Yeah.
yeah, like, you know, it's not like she's sitting here saying, "Hey, we got to have a 30-minute conversation about this."
Yeah.
She has
It's
some three
talk.
fucking questions.
Yeah, talk to me about your win. How do you feel? How's the arm? Like.
Yeah, like, and if he really wanted to, he could say, "Yeah, no, it's a good win. My arm feels good." Okay,
Thanks.
next question.
Have a great night, guys. Everybody, let's go Chargers, bolt up or whatever the fuck they're saying is, and fucking bounce. You know, like.
Yeah, like it's not like, you know, she was saying, "Hey, I need a whole like discography on this game and like how you feel and how you
Yeah.
how you talk to team
Do you remember
plays
the
and this
third
and
down
that."
play at 7 minutes left in the second quarter? Like, no, bro. Like, yeah, no, I agree. I definitely understand. And I do think, like, and I am with you. Now that you state a little bit more of, like, what other stuff has been going on, I can understand where, like, people are getting frustrated. And I do think that's going to be something about the future that's going to be just super interesting to see how he turns out. But I agree. Like, hey, bro, you're a role model, bro. You're the quarterback for a reason. You got to be the guy. Like, but
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
all right, well, that's it. Let's hit these picks and let's get the hell on out of here, huh? How about that?
All right, let's run through it.
All right. And then I gotta go fucking clean. All right, we're starting off hot today. Ravens, Bengals. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'll take him.
All right. Raiders, Eagles. Eagles as well, yeah. Cardinals, Texans. I'm going to go Texans. Yep. Chiefs, Chargers. Give me the Chargers.
Agreed.
Bills, Patriots. I'd love to see the Bills win, so please, Bills, do this for me. Jets, Jaguars. I do think the Jaguars could blow them out and shut them out, so I'm going to go Jags.
Yeah, I'll go Jags.
Commanders, Giants. This is a weird game. First time the Giants have been favored in over 21 matchups. I do like the Giants here.
Go Giants just because of what's going on with the Commanders right now.
Yeah, and Jackson Dart is starting again. So, Browns, Bears. That's a weird game. It's supposed to be -4 degrees at kickoff.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, the better team is the Bears.
Bears.
But the Browns defense is good, but yeah, probably Bears.
I'm saying Bears just because I think that their double-headed run game will be able to figure something out here. Panthers, Saints. Panthers lost on the last go-around, so give me them. I think they're going to absolutely blow the Saints out of the water today.
I think they're making a little run.
Yep. Rams, Lions. Holy shit, did not realize they play today. That'll be a good fucking game. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, this 4 o'clock slate is fucking... Oh my god, this is stacked. Oh, and then we got absolute dog shit tonight. All right. Give me the Rams as well. Colts, Seahawks. Phillip Rivers. We didn't even talk about that. Phillip Rivers back... it hasn't touched a football in 5 years. Back to throw against the Seahawks defense. As much as I want the Colts to do well here, the Seahawks may hang 50 on the motherfuckers. Give me the Seahawks. Packers, Broncos. Obviously, I'm going to go Broncos here. We are not favored in home, which is crazy, mile high. Battle of the defensive lines and offense. So super curious to see how Jordan Love's able to play against our great secondary here.
I'm going to say Broncos.
Love that. Titans, 49ers. Give me the 49ers. Cowboys, Vikings. Give me the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And then Dolphins, Steelers. Steelers. Give me the Dolphins. Yeah. And then Rams, Seahawk on Thursday. That'll be a good fucking game.
I think the Rams.
Yep. Give me the Rams as well. Alrighty. Well, that's it. That's been a show. We appreciate it. Y'all boys have a fucking awesome Sunday. Some great football on. And hope you guys start gearing up for the holidays. It's been real. Peace!